Hey guys, Agro Ninja here, and welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 8. In this episode, we're going to continue to work on expanding our industrial foregoing, dive deeper into mechanism, and finish automating our diesel generator. So let's go get started. So I guess the first thing we'll do is head downstairs and take a tour of what we've been working on in between episodes on our stream. So I am streaming on Twitch, like I mentioned in the last episode, and this stream, I remodeled this room to make it more useful. So we expanded it quite a bit. We knocked it back 5 blocks this way. We built one more industrial squeezer, and we flipped the refinery and the industrial fermenter so we could automate it a little bit. We built a whole bunch more of these guard enclosures so we could farm a whole bunch more beetroot, and I still don't think this is enough. It's enough beetroot, but we're still not getting quite enough bit of seed, so we may look at a different type of seed. But then I got to figure out what to do with whatever whatever it is we're farming that's not the seed. So all these are getting fed water, and they're automatically outputting the seed in the beetroot, which is coming down here, coming up this pipe in the back and getting split into these two oak drawers from functional storage. And these are pretty cool. I think they can hold a max of 32,000 and 32.8 thousand with the gold upgrade. And they are locked, so if this gets drained to zero like this is now, it's still locked to the beetroot seed, so nothing else can accidentally go in there. Not as big a deal in a setup like this, but it can be if you're using them for a larger storage system. And this is where we move the water condensator, and this is how we're feeding all of these closures with water. And the way we have this set up is the beetroots are going over here to the fermenter and getting turned into ethanol, and that is getting pumped into the refinery on this side, and all the seeds are coming down here and getting turned into plant oil, which is then getting pumped into the refinery on this side, which is making our biodiesel. And it's quite funny. I went and farmed a whole bunch of sandstone because I thought over time it would burn this nitrate dust up, but it has stayed at 48. And as you can see, we've made a whole bunch of biodiesel. We got 512 buckets right here, and we have tested this, so we have run it some. And it's getting pumped out, going through the floor, coming out, and getting pumped in the top. And it's getting pumped out the bottom and fed into the diesel generator. And when I broke this and set it back up, the bug was gone. I have not been able to replicate that issue, so that's very odd. But we're going to reconnect this pipe soon and set the pipe to a redstone signal so I can turn the fuel on and off, and that's how we'll control the generator. And I figured out that we could gate our power like I was wanting to do by using the actual immersive engineering accumulator. So if you don't use this and you try to feed it directly into the dimensional cell, no matter how you try to gate it or set it up, or at least I couldn't figure out a way to where it wouldn't always pull from this first. So it was completely ignoring our thermoelectric generators, which in the other room, which I want to use before using any power from this. So now, unless we're pulling more power than they can generate, it won't feed power from in here into here. Or at least that's what it was doing. I may have to test it some more. So I see that it's empty, and it shouldn't be empty. That's odd. It shouldn't have been running. I'll have to check on that, but I'll do that off camera. What I want to do now is head upstairs and build a couple of industrial foregoing black hole units that we can set on our coke oven fluid tank outside, because it's full. I'm running low on coke and I need more. So we're going to put some tanks at the bottom to kind of increase its storage without affecting the aesthetic look of our tank sitting outside. We're back in our workshop. We're going to take a quick peek here at these black hole units. I think we can find them by searching for tank. Yeah, so there's different levels here. And I was looking, really would like to build one of the advanced or even the supreme. But if we look at the supreme black hole unit, it requires the supreme machine frame, which uses 2 netherite ingots, which I do not have. If we look at the advanced, it uses 2 netherite scrap. Now I could make these, but that would take up all the netherite that I have, and I don't want to use it on this. So we're just going to do the simple, which is still way more than the 512 buckets that we have outside. I think that's double. I could be wrong. I think it's double. But we're going to build a couple of these. So these aren't as bad, just another brick. This is all stuff that we have access to. So let's go ahead and get this stuff. So we're going to make, let's do 3 to start with. And we need to make 3 of these. And then we should have everything else. Let's make a gold gear. And I should have not put those back in there. I don't even remember what they were called. We know there was 3, so we'll go look at items that we have 3 of. Am I missing them? I guess I'm blind. You know what? I made the redstone for those, didn't I? I did not actually make... Oh, me. One, two, 3. Then we need plastic. We need 3 of those. Actually, we need 6. And what else did we need? So 2 iron and 2 nether brick. So we'll need 6 of those, and then we'll need 6 iron. Well, let's go ahead and use our dissolution chamber. If I can figure this, remember this by heart. I think it was like this, and then... All right, now we'll make 3 of these. Okay, now that we have those 3 simple machine frames, we should be able to create our actual tanks that we need. We need some more buckets here. We'll just make a whole bunch of buckets. We got plenty of iron. And these, I don't know if I have enough of. I did go and farm some blaze rods. I forgot I'd done that in between episodes. So we have a little over a stack of blaze rods. I'm worried that we don't have enough ender pearls. It's already more than I thought we had. So let's see if we get all 3 of these. Well, we got 1. We got 2. So we don't have... Don't tell my buddy. We're going to go have an ender pearl, which obviously you'll probably watch this and know. But we'll replace it. I promise. We'll put 2 in its place. So we were unsuccessful at obtaining an ender pearl from either one of our friends. So we'll just build the 2 for now. We do need a little bit of mechanical piping, so let's go ahead and grab that. And then let's head outside to set this up, and we'll just dump this in here for now. And let's take a little bit of coal with us too, so we can get those running again. We're just gonna pop them in the ground. And the reason we're gonna build 3 and 2 for now is we're gonna put 1 on each side. And then in the front, we're gonna leave it. I guess it really don't matter. I guess we could build 4 in the future. Hopefully I'll have materials needed to build the more advanced black coal tanks in the future. But for now, I mean, this is going to drastically increase how much we can hold. Quite a bit. Yeah, it's already drained that out, and this one's not even halfway. Well, it's probably halfway now. Almost halfway. Yep. And I don't expect to need a whole lot more coke. The primary thing I'm using it for right now is the graphite bars. So we'll just go ahead and dump that in there. And now we are going to take a quick peek at our quest book, because I realized in the last episode I got so singularly focused on immersive engineering quest line and dealing with the struggles that I was having that I completely forgot about all the other quests that we've completed, and we may have to like break some machines to finish these off. The first thing you'll notice if we go to immersive engineering, it's done. By breaking those and putting them back, I got those accomplished. So I went ahead and took the rewards for those. This one, we can go ahead and do it, but I really don't want to deal with a cat, but let's just do it. Actually, I think we can accept it without getting the cat, because I don't want to deal with the cat right now. Oh, we'll just do it. And we'll deal with the cat later. Now, if we take a quick look at building, we got the construction wine, which I built while streaming. And then, of course, our gadgets that we've been using. I don't know how many quests this is going to be, but it's going to be quite a bit. And then we've got our Silk Touch. We were able to build that in the previous episode as well. And then for storage, it says we have one. Oh, so the functional storage drawers, which I built on stream. And the configuration tool, which I also built on stream. In automation, we have a logistical transporter, which of course we built a whole bunch of for our immersive engineering diesel generator setup. And the logistical sorter, we're not going to accept that right now because I did not actually build that. I was helping my buddy who didn't know how to use it, and I touched it and it gave me the reward for it. So we're going to leave that one alone, but we will probably get that built today. It's not very complex. And here's the one I was looking at earlier that I was concerned about, industrial foregoing. So we've did the plastic. So we started on this in the last episode, and already it doesn't know that we have a fluid extractor. So I'll have to go grab all these, and I'll do that off camera. Mechanism. We got some more mechanism done. We built these in the last episode. We'll take all these rewards. Don't remember doing that. We must have got one of those as a reward. And our compressor. That's pretty much all we've done in mechanism so far. And then RF tools, we of course built the machine frame for our dimensional cells. And we've built the dimensional cells themselves. And I don't remember getting into occultism. Third eye. Oh yes, we did do that because we planted that plant outside. And that catches us up, except for this one that we're not going to accept right now. So now we are going to head inside and get started on our next task. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and create a couple of those high voltage immersive engineering accumulators. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. We already have one. We're going to build 2 more. And I went and built some more of these hot graphite ingots and some redstone acid. So we should have everything we need. Make a couple more of these. And we should already have some high voltage cable. Yep, we'll go ahead and grab those. And I thought we had some connectors. Maybe not, but now we do. And a few building blocks. I'm not quite sure yet how I'm going to do this, but we'll see what we can come up with. So it is running. It's a little loud. I've got it cut off, but it does have fuel in it. So we're just going to break this. And we're going to do this like maybe right here. Just put a little wall. I think that by default on top is input. Now we should be able to connect these up. And we're going to map this one. And it should start filling those up. And then we should be able to go... I'm going to test something here. I wonder if we can just go and put them on the bottom. So switch these to output. Set this to in until it's out of fuel, because I've got it cut off. And what we'll do is, we already know there's only one thing that we have right now that requires more power than we're generating without the generator, and that's our excavator. So if we get to the point where we want to run our excavator, we can just come down here and flip this switch, so we know we don't drain all of our power. But I think that's all we're going to mess with this for right now. Let's break that pipe, and then let's move on to something else. What I would like to work on now is getting some of the stuff that we've just randomly placed around, like this chest, that chest over there, these latex processors, the tree farm, get some of this kind of set up, organized, and a little bit more automated. So let's get started on that. We get the fluid extractors moved out of our floor so they're not sitting here being ugly. And we'll just run downstairs and I'll show you where I've got those set up. And I just picked a spot right here and I've got them set up so it's pretty much automated. I just got to come and swap out the tank once it's full. We got these block placers that we talked about in the previous episode. We just have to put our logs in here. It places them and then the fluid extractors pull out the latex. But for some reason, it's not going into the tank. And I think I know why. Let's pop this off for a second. And I don't know if we're going to be able to get up to all these. Maybe if we move that right there. And then pull that. Then I need to get back a little further. Oop. Now we need our configurator. What happened is we forgot to set these to extract. Not a problem. We can do that right now. One more. Or two more, depending on how you want to count that. Now let's put our piece in the middle back. And you can see I've got power running to the bottom, up the back, through the top. And it connects through the ceiling. Let's put our blocks back. And all we have to do is come swap out this tank. And we may upgrade it down the road. This may be one of the first things we go beyond advanced to. So just so we can hold more latex. Eventually, we could look at setting it up so it pulls directly into our storage system, but we're not quite ready for that yet. Now we'll go run and take a look at the tree farm, which we've cleaned up outside. So I've cleaned up the pathing here a little bit. I filled in this area and made it flow naturally into the landscape like it was before. And just kind of extended the path to here. And you can see we've set up some more of these drawers from functional storage. So we have one for the saplings, the logs themselves, sticks, and apples, which are the four things we're getting. And I've got the top line coming out, extracting, that's putting in. And then I've got a line pulling out the saplings to send them back to the plant sower, which should have an excess. So over time, this should grow to the point where we're getting excess. Ow, that tree grew right when we were coming through, took damage. But now we're going to have a ton of loss. See, look there. We've already got 1.7 thousand. And I did, oh, you know what? I forgot to put the gold upgrade. Man, we're just making several mistakes today. So we're going to slap that on there, and now we'll be able to hold 32.8 thousand dark oak logs. So eventually we may cut this off. We don't have a use for the sludge right now, and the way these machines work is once it fills up, it will continue to work. So we're not going to worry about pumping the sludge out for right now until I discover a reason of why I may need it. If you do think of something, you can definitely let me know in the comments. But for now, we're going to call this project, well, I never use the words done in Minecraft. It's good for now. I am always working on things. This base is coming together. Spoiler alert, we're probably very close to starting to work on planning for our next major build, our first Omega Mega Base, whatever you want to call it. But for now, this is our home. We're going to continue setting some stuff up. I really want to work. I know we've got the diesel generator downstairs combined with our thermoelectric generators. We're still not quite where I want to be power generation wise. I really would like to crack 10,000 FE a tick. And we're only about halfway there. Well, we're a little more halfway there. So I've got a plan for that. So what we're going to do now is take a look at Mekanism. And what I would like to set up is these generators from Mekanism, if I can find them. Well, let's try to narrow it down by bioreactor. Interesting. I'll look into that. There it is right there. So biogenerator. Each one of these, I believe, creates either 280 or 260 FE a tick. And we're going to make several of these. And we're going to feed them with watermelons. And we're going to make another self-sufficient power generation down in the same room. So there's really nothing else left to do but get started on another grind. For the most part, we've got this little project set up, and we ended up going with 9 of the bio generators, and each one of these is generating 200 FE a tick. Combined, that's a little over 2,500, I believe 2,520 FE a tick total. And if we take a look at these, because I did not show you how these are crafted, they're fairly simple. Just 2 infused alloy, a basic control circuit, and 2 of the biofuel themselves, and some iron and redstone. Not complex at all. Powering them is a little trickier. As you can see, it requires quite a bit of a setup. I've got it spread out to make it look nice. There's probably other ways to do this. This is just how I have it set up. So we went with 4 closures for now, and we're doing melons. The melons are getting pulled out with our logistical transport, going into this drawer from functional storage, which we have another gold upgrade on, so it can hold 32.8 thousand. And that's getting pulled out into this sawmill, which is cutting the melons down into melon slices. And we have a few upgrades on this machine, so we're running 3 mufflers, so it's almost quiet. I like to hear the machines, but I don't want them blaring in my ear. And we have max energy and I think 2 speed. And that is slightly faster than our crusher can keep up with. And we're maintaining about 75 melons is where it's staying at. So that speed is about what our closures can handle. And then we're running those melon slices into our crushing factory, which is an upgrade over our crusher we have upstairs. So we can do 3 item bays at once. And I have 3 mufflers, max energy, and 4 speed on this one. And that's comparable to our precision sawmill is the way I have that. So it's balanced just about perfectly. And we're generating quite a bit of biofuel, but I don't have these plugged into our system yet. We will get to the point where we use them. We're probably getting pretty close to wrapping this episode up. We've been diving so deep into these mods. It takes up a lot of time. But we got one major thing left we want to craft today, and that's going to be our digital miner. And if we take a look at that, it takes quite a bit of hard to get stuff. So it uses atomic alloy, which is made from reinforced alloy, which is made from our infused alloy. And we're going to also need, if we look at these teleportation cores, that uses some of those, and a couple more of the logistical sorters, which aren't too bad. A robit, which is more atomic alloy, some more refined obsidian ingots. We have a personal chest that we not using that we could use for this craft. Everything we have the capabilities of getting, is just going to take a little bit of time to put all this together. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go flip on our diesel generator and the excavator and see how much we're able to gather and kind of monitor our fuel, so we can get an idea of how often we can use this and how much more fuel we need to power this thing constantly, which we may never get to that point, and we may not need it as we're starting to build the other types of energy sources. I'm mainly just setting this stuff up because it looks cool and it's in the quest book. So I'm not going to build it and not use it at least a little bit. So we got our digital miner built, and I'm so excited to go get this set up and show it off. I mean, this is a big milestone for us. But before we do that, let's just check on our fuel levels. So it's 2,000 seeds, 12.1. So it is slowly coming down. So even with all of these closures, it's still not enough. I'm not even got enough beetroot. I'm pretty sure, I'll have to look at the footage, but I'm pretty sure this number has came down some as well. With that said, it's very slow. This has been running for at least 20 minutes, and we've barely used 200, negative 200, between what's coming in and what's going out. So it's not too bad. It was 2 point something, maybe in 300, 2.3. But we're going to let it continue to run. It's mostly pulling from here. We do have the generators turned on. I'm not sure how much they're pulling. They're not even running right now. So, well, let's head outside and set up our digital miner. All right, we're outside. Let's see. For right now, we can just set it up right here. Don't really matter where we set it up. We'll just put it right here for right now. We need to give it power, so I did make a power cube. But I forgot to map that to our network, so we're going to run over here and map that. Ooh, I'm tempted to take a quick peek. This is how much we've gotten after about 20 minutes. Ah! Not bad. Over 3 stacks of iron. Almost 3 stacks of nickel. A bunch of sulfur dust. We'll let that continue to run. Alright, now we have power. It only uses 400 FE a tick without any upgrades applied. Can we just hit start? What will it mine if we hit start? Okay, we were able to get some upgrades built. We'll see what we can do here. Oh man, it's already done quite a bit. But if we max out the energy upgrades, that'll take us from using 480 FE. Oh, it doesn't actually increases energy. It didn't seem to bring it down any. Let's see what one speed upgrade does. It doubles it, and then I think it's going to double it again. Well, yeah, basically. So we're gonna leave that at 1.5 because right now running the excavator and the digital miner were pushing 5,500. And I did some quick math. We're just shy, not including our water wheels and windmill. We're just shy of 9,500 FE a tick. So like 94 and some change. So running these at the same time is definitely a test of our power generation capabilities. I think I'm going to bump this on up one more. And that'll bring it up to, it's not quite double actually, at 2.69. We're going to leave it right there. We need to get a way to store this so it's stored better. Because this is gonna lock up. So we need a better chest for that, but I can work on that later. I think what we're gonna do now, let's run downstairs, take a quick peek at our power. I'm just curious to see what we're doing. I always forget we got this new stairway. I doubt we're draining. Oh, we might be draining. What are we doing that's using that much power? Is that going up? 34.5. 34.6. So it is climbing, but slowly. Do I have the network reader on me? Yes. If we look at this, needs throughput 2.85, which is exactly what that should be. That's how much all these generators are creating. Needed is 6.9, which that math works out because 4,096 plus the 2 point something gets us close to that. Plus, you know, all the stuff that's in here running. These are running at 100 at 40 FE, so they're not quite. They're not even using. Yeah, these could go quite a bit more if they needed to. Most of our power draw is probably this right here. Yeah, this is maxed out. And we are probably using the fuel. Yeah, see, that's dropped below 12,000. That one's dropped to 1.7. That's not bad, though. If I was going to sit here and keep running it, I would run this down to 1,000, and we would end up with quite a bit of materials. The last little thing we're going to look at is I've upgraded some of our machines up here. We have a basic infusing factory now instead of just the single one. I was getting tired of having to craft all these complex parts for the digital miner, and it was so slow, so I went in and did those tiered upgrades. We're going to put all that in there for now. And now let's take a quick peek at our quest book, because we got a lot of completed quests. So I was able to pop all our machines off that we've created so far. So we've got our fluid extractors, so rewards for that. We got our latex processing, dissolution chamber, and the add-ons, and a simple machine frame. Yep, we've done that as well. And we have not done the plant fertilizer. We've done some of this other stuff though. We probably just need I don't see any of the farming ones on here. I don't know why the black code didn't trigger, because we did the black hole one. It's interesting. Automation, we did end up building that logistical sorter. And we might just accept some of these. I bet we've done some of this stuff. Just didn't have that accepted. Not sure what that is, but we'll look at that later. And last but not least, mekanism. So we built that precision sawmill. We built our digital miner, which is just incredible. And we did these upgrades. That's pretty much it. We built other machines, but they're not showing up. Like the biogenerators are not on here. That's a bummer. They are, I don't see them. But yeah, the biogenerators are not on here. Some of the other machines that we've built are not on here. But that's, you know what? We'll take what we got. I'm pretty confident we hit a record today with completed quests. But with that, let's go ahead and let's wrap this one up. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I feel like we got a lot accomplished. We got our biogenerator set up. We've got our tree farm automated. We got our excavator running. We got a digital miner. So many quests completed. If you guys did enjoy the episode, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions or feedback, please leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe. This is Agro Ninja, and that's a wrap.